Hello and welcome to the Oklahoma Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct a question to a specific school or a question for all of our representatives to answer as well. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is the last of our sessions for the Oklahoma Virtual College Fair. We hope you've enjoyed attending. This presentation is being recorded, as are all of our presentations. They will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. So we hope that you'll enjoy watching this or seeing more institutions as well. We'd like to turn it over to our presenters tonight. We are here in session C2. Our first school will be Northeastern State University.
Hello, my name is J.M. Goingsnake, University representative from Northeastern State University. We are located in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, in Cherokee County in the northeast portion of Oklahoma. We are the oldest institution of higher education here in Oklahoma. We had our history that goes back to the mid-1800s. Started off as a Cherokee female seminary. Our current location is about 3 miles away from our original location, which opened up here in Tahlequah in 1890. So as you can tell, we have a long history here in Oklahoma. We have 3 campuses. Our main campus is in Tahlequah, which is our main hub. All our freshmen, our housing, our athletic programs are here at Tahlequah. We also have a satellite campus in Broken Arrow, just outside of Tulsa, which is a continuation of our campus here. It's more geared for junior, senior level courses. And Muskogee campus is our allied health. 4th largest institution in Oklahoma, and we are super competitive in our overall cost. Total enrollment about 7,500 students, and that's including our undergraduate and our students in our graduate programs. 58 undergrad degrees, 26 graduate degrees, and we also have the only optometry school in the country, one of 23. I'm sorry, the only optometry school in Oklahoma, one of 23 in the nation. So we're proud of our accomplishments with our College of Optometry. So this is our view book that is in, you can find it on our website, nsuok.edu. You can go to the search bar and type in view books, and it'll take you to the link for Tahlequah campus, Muskogee campus, as well as the Broken Arrow campus. Like I said, we have 58 different majors. If students are kind of don't know or undecided of what type of major or course of study they would like to focus on, we do have a assessment. It's about 15, 20-minute assessment, likes, dislikes. It's at nsuok.mymajors.com, and it'll kick out a list of majors that we offer here that you may be interested in. So here's the Seminary Hall. This is the original building that opened up in 1890. There's a list of our degree programs. So we have a College of Business Technology. Our most popular majors are accounting and our business administration. Of course, we started off as Northeastern State Normal School, Northeastern State Teachers College. And so we are still well known for our College of Education. Do an awesome job of producing teachers for the state of Oklahoma and surrounding states as well. College of Liberal Arts, you can see our majors there and the focus of each. And tell them the link for a College of Optometry as well is there. We also have a pre-professional program for students that are wanting to move on to a professional school, law school, medical school. Get into that program there, and it'll give you the prerequisites to qualify for those schools. So that's important deadlines here. Here's our cost of attendance for the year. Average is about $16,000 in state and $24,000 out of state. So you can see we're about $200 a credit hour. Total fees for the year is about $1,000, about $500 per semester. Books and supplies around $1,400 for the year. and room and board. That's on average $7,400 there. Students, we filled out the FAFSA. Here is our FAFSA code if you want your information sent to our financial aid office there. Important scholarship dates. Early freshman scholarships close December 1st. Freshman honors closes February 1st. Freshman scholarships March 1st, and these are hard dates, and they do transfer from year to year. List of our scholarships here, freshman honors and PLC. These scholarships up here are based mainly on GPA and test scores, and these general scholarship, well, this leadership class scholarship, this is more of a leadership-based scholarship. So you can see the ACT score is a little bit lower than the other ones, and the GPA is a little bit lower. So we encourage everybody to apply for scholarships. There's one application, and it'll put you in line for 5 different scholarships. So there's a little listing of our meal plans. Some of our food options here on campus. Chick-fil-A is pretty popular. Pizza Hut, our River's Edge is basically a Starbucks. So our housing costs here, traditional low-cost option is our Lozier dorm, and as the facilities get nicer, then the price does go up there. So there's tons of resources here available. Your success is definitely our goal here. So we do a great job of helping those students out, you know, as far as academics, finances, you know, self-care and all that stuff. We also have an awesome career services department to help with, you know, resumes and interviews and the like. A little bit about our diversity. And I see I'm running short on time. So like I said, this is nsuok.edu. Go into the search and type in view books, and you can view this as a PDF. So our requirements, 20 on the ACT or 1030 or 2.7 GPA and top 50% of your class are the 2 options. And there are our transfer requirements. So thank you for your time and giving me the time to present. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, Sham, for sharing more with us about Northeastern State University. Our next presentation will be from Drake University.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Tyler Kohler. I'm your admission counselor here at Drake University. Drake is a mid-sized private four-year university located in Des Moines, Iowa. The most important person on Drake's campus would be Griff 2. He is our live mascot. He is a 1-year-old bulldog, and you can see he looks so handsome in his Drake Letterman jacket. And if you think he looks handsome in this photo, I promise he is even better in person. So hopefully you get to Drake's campus, you're able to meet him in person and take a selfie. He makes great posts on Instagram and TikTok, so definitely recommend the follow. Griff, the original right behind me, retired at the end of June, and Griff 2 took over July 1. Some quick facts about Drake. Drake has just under 3,000 undergraduate students, a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, where none of our classes are taught by teaching assistants or graduate assistants, an average class size of 21, 100 plus undergraduate programs for you to choose from 5 different colleges, and we have a law school, 140 plus student organizations, 16 Division I sports, which all Drake students get to attend for free. 70% of our students are from out of state, and we have a 98.1% accomplishment rate, meaning 98.1% of the graduating class of 2019 were either employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. And that is based on a 97% response rate, which shows that the number is accurate. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we are located in Des Moines, Iowa, which, for reference, in Oklahoma, it's about 9 hours from Oklahoma City. And we always say Des Moines, who knew? And of course we did, because that's where we built our school. There are so many great options and things to do in Des Moines. We have a population of over 600,000 people. And our campus is 5-10 minute drive from downtown, which was in that previous photo. As you can see, there's a lot of food options here. And probably one of the best things about Des Moines is the food. So can you picture yourself at Drake? I hope so. There are 2 ways for you to apply. Both are free. You can apply directly through Drake at drake.edu/apply or through the Common App. We don't have a preference. It's whatever's easiest for you. We have enrolling admissions, which means we're constantly reviewing applications throughout the whole year. Our application is opened as it opened August 1st. Our early action priority deadline is December 1st. So that really helps you as a student, applying of college out of the way before winter break is, a weight off your shoulders. And being early action, you get notified about housing and financial things earlier. And then our regular deadline is March 1st. There are two ways you can apply once you're filling out your application. You can go test score pathway. So you would submit your transcript, your ACT, your SAT score, and then you can see the essay and recommendation are optional. Or you can go test optional. Drake's been test optional for quite a few years now. So you would submit your transcript, and then instead of submitting your ACT or SAT score, you can either have an interview with your admission counselor, which would be me, or you can submit an essay. And if you decide to go the essay route, there is no specific Drake essay you have to answer, whatever you would like to talk about that helps us learn more about you. And then you can see that the recommendation is optional. We are truly test optional. So if you go that route, we don't need your test score for any reason. And there is no advantage or disadvantage from going test score or test optional. We review them equally, and it's whatever's best for you. So let's talk money. Drake's cost of attendance just over $57,000. And I know that's a big number and a scary number, but Drake offers a lot of scholarships to help with that cost. I do want to point out that Drake has a 2-year live-in requirement as well. So those scholarships. The presidential scholarship is anywhere from $21,000 to $25,000 per year for 4 years. And you don't need to do anything to apply to this. Once you apply to Drake, you are automatically considered for this award. In the last couple of years, 100% of admitted students who applied and were admitted before March 1st, our regular deadline, received the presidential scholarship. And if you're a transfer student, we have transfer presidential scholarships as well. There's a National Alumni Scholarship. This is our top competitive scholarship. You can see the award is anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. And if you were to receive the National Alumni Scholarship, that amount would stack on top of any other awards you may receive. To apply, you need a minimum GPA, weighted GPA of 3.8, or in the top 5% of your class. And demonstrating strengths in those following areas will also really help you. We also have other awards available related to academic majors or legacy, which means if your parents or grandparents attended Drake, you are considered a legacy. If you want more information about National Alumni, definitely visit the URL, or scholarships in general. You can see the link there on the bottom that also include the presidential. FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. I'm assuming all of us on here will tell you to fill this out. Please fill it out. Even if you don't think you're going to qualify, you never know. You could be eligible for, Pell Grant money, which you don't have to pay back. At Drake, your financial aid packages are mailed to you in February. Drake also has a tuition guarantee. So whatever tuition is when you start at Drake, it will never increase at your time at Drake, which is really nice during your undergraduate career. Just as a student, as a family, trying to plan your finances can be a challenge, but knowing that your tuition will never go up is a great benefit for you. We offer a lot of virtual tours right now and virtual opportunities for you to visit. And we also have limited in-person visits for seniors and transfers. So if you want to register for one of those, definitely visit drake.edu/visit. You're going to love it here. Please contact me via email or phone. I'll be happy to connect with you, and I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Tyler, for sharing about Drake University. Our next school will be Oral Roberts University.
Hello. Yes, sorry, I'm pulling this up. Like she said, this is Oral Roberts University. My name is Jake Morrison. I'm one of the enrollment counselors here. I just wanted to start off by saying a couple websites to write down. apply.oru.edu is our application, and then also our campus visits. It's campusvisits.oru.edu. So if you're looking to visit, I'll go over those again, but just wanted to start with that. We are in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if you haven't been to Tulsa, we have a couple cool things of Tulsa right now. The Gathering Place is America's largest man-made park at the moment. And we have Turkey Mountain. We have some nature trails. It's a really cool area of Oklahoma. So you'll just have to make your way over. We have about 4,000 students. One of the things we're proud of is how many nations we represent. It's 116. in climbing. So we're hoping to be at 120 in the next couple of years. It makes it really cool because my first day of class, I was sitting next to someone from Ukraine and then someone from Norway. And so that was just a different experience for me personally. We are a private Christian university and voted one of the most friendliest. We believe in the whole person education, so body, mind, and spirit. Fun fact, we actually make all of our students wear a Fitbit. It's actually a test grade to get 10,000 steps a day. So that's one of the unique things about us. We just want to create healthy lifestyle. And then we have chapel twice a week. Different people like the governor of Oklahoma, some alumni, different preachers from around the world will actually be at our chapels. So you stay pretty up to date with what's going on in Oklahoma and our nation. And then of course the mind with our academics. We have over 120 different academic degrees and degree plans and minors. So here's the 150 majors: nursing, engineering, business, education, pre-med, theology, and music. We are growing, but we've been keeping the 14-to-1 ratio for our classes. We really believe in the smaller classroom. So if that's something you're looking for, that's our goal, is to give you the most personal touch in the classroom and for you to get to know your professors well. So this is a little bit of the body part of what we believe in. We have our health classes, which is called our HPE, intramural sports, and Division I athletics. This is part of the engaging and in the spirit is chapel, mission and outreach, prayer movement. So lots of things going on here on campus. We're all together twice a week for chapel. So we enjoy being in the chapel together twice a week, and it's kind of like a family atmosphere. Real quick, you can take a picture, write them down really quick, but these are all of our social media. So if you're truly interested in seeing what, a student, day-to-day looks like here on campus, then we would love for you to check that out yourself, and just follow these different social medias to see the inside glance at what a student is like. Also, and if you didn't get that, I can send it to you as well. But here is, if you do the QR code reader, then you can actually get a virtual tour at a later date. Obviously not right now, but take a picture of the QR code reader. Make sure to take a tour. It's important to tour any college that you're interested in. You're going to be spending a lot of time there, so I would always encourage to go visit multiple schools. You want to make sure it's a good fit for you. So I'll let you, if you've not gotten a picture of that, I'm going to go on. And so, yeah, that's basically, I'll actually go back for you if you did not get a picture of that. But that's just a ORU in a little bit of a nutshell. Again, we would love for you to visit or schedule, a time to do that. We do have our virtual quest coming up November 6th. That is it used to be on campus, now it's virtual as well. So it's a Zoom meeting, but you'll get to meet with professors and different departments to truly ask those other questions that you might have about the academic side of it. So here's the last slide again. Again, that's my information. Write that down. Make sure you have that. Contact us, apply. We would love to get to know you guys and help you along the way. This will be my last plug too for FAFSA. I'll reiterate that while we have the time to make sure you're filling out FAFSA and sending it out to those schools. So thank you so much, guys, and contact us soon.
Great. Thank you so much, Jake, for sharing more about Oral Roberts. Our next presentation will be from Oklahoma Christian University.
All right. Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. All right. Hi, you guys. My name is Janet from Oklahoma Christian University. I actually am a travel counselor for the school. And yes, I am an alumni, but it wasn't that long ago. So to get started, I always love to tell people OC loves to show and help people grow in 3 ways. We're going to actually talk about them tonight. We're going to help you grow in your academics, grow in your faith, and grow towards your future. Those of you who have heard this report, don't worry about it. It's going to get fun. Let's start with academics. We are actually a program that has 80 programs. We're a university that has 80 programs on campus. Actually got my degree in journalism with a minor in youth ministry. So yes, you can mix it up and do whatever you want to do in order to get your degree. I highly recommend looking into all the different programs of study when you are deciding what you want to study. I'm pretty sure you think about it when you're going to a Christian university. It's going to cost a lot. Well, you know what? We have options. Everybody, if I was in a huge auditorium, I would tell everybody to say scholarships, and y'all repeat scholarships. So, hey, we have multiple options. We have ACT and SAT options. If you do have above a 19 on your ACT or 980 on your SAT, we do have scholarships for that, as well as GPA scores. If you're the musical and artistic type like me, we have performance-based scholarships that are by audition. We also have Church Match, which is if your congregation or faith organization wants to give money to your education, we'll match it by $1,000. If you have any other questions about wanting more scholarship opportunities, like all my other great presenters have said, fill out your FAFSA, because you never know what opportunities and scholarships you have that are in store for you. Next, we're going to grow in our faith. We have a great program on campus called Ethos. It is a way for you to have a personal relationship and a personal growth moment with your faith. And so basically before COVID, we actually were prepared for it. We do have a mass chapel at 11, but due to circumstances and 6 feet and social distancing and all of that, we actually use our alternative chapel options. So with all of our student organizations on campus, each of them do have their own separate chapels that they can go to. I love that each of them are more concerned about how is your faith growing and at your own pace rather than one size fits all type faith. We are very mission-minded at OC as well. We actually have over 30 mission programs that you can choose from, whether they are in state or in the country or out of the country. Lastly, we also have vocational ministry. I love that everybody is not meant to be a preacher or work in youth ministry. It is okay. It's not your calling, but you want to have more of a deeper knowledge about faith and about the word. We actually offer vocational ministry as a second major. So what you would do is take one extra class, Bible class, with all of your other, the rest of your schedule, and you graduate with 2 majors. I think that's a good deal. Lastly, we're going to grow towards your future. We're actually only 15 minutes from Oklahoma City in a little town called Edmond. We actually now have 68 student organizations. I tell people all the time, in order for you to grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone and get involved, whether that is in downtown or in the city area or on campus. There are ways for you to be able to become a better person than who you started off to be when you start college. We also have another amazing opportunity called Day 6, which is a program that helps you to get prepared for the real world. Day 6 is, I tell students, think of it as a BuzzFeed personality quiz, but way more professional. Basically, when you take the quiz, it matches you with your gifts, what occupations can help you bring out the gifts that God has given you, and more importantly, what majors kind of connect to those job opportunities that you want to pursue once graduation is over. But even before you start college, we actually have resume building options as well as mock interviews, because I know you are not going to do great on your first try. Not saying you can't, but everybody needs a little polishing. Also, our great community on campus is something I loved, that we have over 2,000 students on campus, and every story is a different story, but everyone's new chapter can start at OC. Now, I bet you're wondering, Janet is just amazing, and she has talked all about this great school. How can I apply? Screenshot this screen. That's what I want you to do. And for all of my freshmen through juniors, I know it's not time for you to actually apply to college just yet, but we have a great opportunity for you called HSA, which is Honor Summer Academy. You get to be a college student for 5 days, and once it's over, you get 2 college credits that can be transferred to mostly any accredited university. Now, who gets a trial run of college? Okay. Now, if you want to, after you apply, because I need you to apply, we do have a free waiver code, but you have to hit me up about it. Once you get that free waiver code, literally come for a spring visit, come get out of your comfort zone and see if OC is a place for you. Like I said, screenshot the screen because I know you're going to need it. Lastly, I love our president, John DeSteiger. As corny as he is on this picture, literally he is the same way in real life, but he is such the sweetest man. And I always say the way your leadership responds and acts to everyone, the same attitude should be reciprocated on down. Not saying that no job is more important than the other, but if your president is hype about the school and loves and cares on all of his students, 9 times out of 10, everyone else, including the admissions team, loves you too. We also have a great COVID response team. I think we call it the COVID task force. If you have any other questions, just let me know when you come make a visit and screenshot the screens. I know you want to come talk to me, even if you don't put in that Q&A box.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Janet, for sharing more about Oklahoma Christian University. We are approaching our 5th school for the evening, the last school that we'll be presenting. So I hope that our attendees will think of some questions to share and add in our Q&A box during this time. So now we're going to turn it over to John Brown University.
Hey guys, my name is Samantha and I'm the John Brown University admissions counselor that works with students from Oklahoma. John Brown is a private interdenominational Christian university in Northwest Arkansas. We're about an hour and 15 minutes from the Tulsa area and about 3 hours from the OKC area. So I want to talk to you guys today about our educational philosophy, which is head, heart, hand. And I think that it'll probably feel a little bit familiar just to the other Christian universities that you've heard from this evening. But I'll put JVU's flair on it for you so you can see how we're a little bit different. So head is kind of what we think of when we think of college education, right? We're there to learn after all. At JBU, we have professors who really care about you and who are super available. Our student to professor ratio is about 13 to 1. Class average size is about 20 to 25 students. So there's a good chance your professors are going to know your name. They're probably going to know your major and what you're wanting to do after you graduate, and they're there to support you in your learning. We have over 50 majors and 50 minors. So there's a good chance that if you want to study it, you can study it at JBU. And then we also have several 4+1 programs. These are really awesome because it allows you to get your master's degree in just 1 additional year. So most master's programs are 2-year programs. So this of course saves you a year, which saves you money. Here are our top majors. These are actually the top 5 by number of enrollment, but several of them are tied. So that's why there's more than 5. Nursing is number 1. Then psychology, and I think that's because we have a master's in counseling program at JBU. Then kinesiology, a lot of those students go on to physical therapy or occupational therapy school. Engineering, biology, a lot of those students go on to medical school. And we have an 85% success rate of students getting into a health professional school their first year after JBU. And that's higher than the national average for the MCATs, the national pass average for the MCATs. So pretty great. Family and Human Services, and then graphic design. So those are the top majors. We also have some really awesome new majors that we're really excited about. So these started either last year or this year, and that would be computer science, criminal justice, cybersecurity, data analytics, which is in the business world, and visual effects. So lots of great options there. So that's head. Heart would be the next part of our educational philosophy. And as an interdenominational Christian university, it's just really important to us that you are growing in your faith and that you're also making lifelong friends at JBU. So that happens through chapel, of course. There are also small groups that you can join and Bible studies. You can be mentored by upperclassmen or by professors. But there are also a lot of ways that you can serve both the community and JBU specifically. So we have several ministries. Some work with refugees here in Northwest Arkansas. We have several populations that have been resettled here. Other students just crossed the border. We're like literally 1 mile over into Arkansas from Oklahoma. And they go and they mentor and tutor at-risk youth in really, really poor towns in Oklahoma, honestly, some of the poorest in the nation. And so that's a great opportunity to really pour into those kids' lives. So just lots of ways to engage your faith and the world. And then finally, tons of ways to have fun. We are a residential campus, so that's a big part of student life. We ask students to stay on campus their first 3 years, but honestly, like, when else do you get to live and learn with your best friends for 4 years? So a lot of our seniors do stay their 4th year just because it's so fun. There are tons of fun things going on all the time: intramural sports, university athletics. We are NAIA Division I, members of the SAC. And so just lots of ways for you to get to know your friends, get out of your dorm room and make some new friends. And then finally, I feel like this is where JBU really shines compared to other schools. It's pretty rare you're going to be sitting and just listening to a lecture the whole time that you're in class. Instead, you're going to be up and doing things with your hands, having class discussions or working in small groups on projects or assignments. Also, almost every single major requires an internship of some kind, and that is so valuable for you as a student because it gives you not only practical work experience and something to put on a resume, it also helps you see, like, okay, I chose journalism as my major, but what does that look like as a professional, or whatever major you've chosen. And then for a lot of our students, it also gives them an opportunity to network. And so for many of our students, they actually are offered jobs from their internships after they graduate, which is super awesome. 98% of our recent grads responded to a survey, and they said that 98% of them actually were either employed or in grad school within 6 months of graduating from JBU. So that's really awesome. You want to look for a school that has a high, not only graduation rate, but a high employment rate as well. And then finally, academic clubs. If you want to dig deeper into what you're learning about, there's a club for every academic department on campus, and those are student-led. So there are 2 different routes for admissions. We have our traditional admissions route, which is kind of what we normally think of, right? GPA and test score. The other route that we have is a test optional route. And this is both for students who maybe just don't test that well, but also for a lot of our students, we know that you've been impacted by COVID. And you just haven't been able to take the ACT or the SAT maybe at all, or just not as much as you would need to get a really accurate score. So we have both of those routes. The good news is they both offer academic scholarships. So you are welcome to apply with whichever route you choose. We want you to apply with the one that's going to give you the higher scholarship. So you can look at that chart that's on our website as well. Just a couple next steps. If you are a junior or below, we would love for you to come visit. You can see we're right there in Northwest Arkansas. We are offering in-person visits every single day of the week, as well as our big preview days and Fridays at JBU. So lots of ways to visit. If you're a senior, I'd love for you to apply. You can use that waiver free to waive that application, and then come visit as well. As one of the other admissions counselors said, stepping foot on a campus is really the best thing you can do to see if that is a school you feel comfortable living and learning in for 4 years. Thanks so much, guys. Text me if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. Could I have everybody, all of our counselors come on back, all of our representatives, to our attendees. This is a great last chance to get a question in, to ask whether it's following up on contact info or double checking on something about the admissions process or a program. So please think about dropping something in the Q&A box. While we're giving everyone a chance to think, I would like to go in the order that you all presented and have you share a favorite event, tradition, something about it, your campus, that's going to tell us a little bit more about that student vibe and what makes your campus community really special. JM, would you like to start for us?
Sure. Since we did start off with this Cherokee Female Seminary, we have a strong tie to our Indigenous community here. We do have the highest enrollment of Indigenous students for any public 4-year university in the United States. So we're #1 in that. We also grant the highest number of bachelor's degrees to Indigenous students as well. So we're a very strong tie to our Indigenous roots.
Drake, Tyler, you can go next.
For me, I think I would say our Drake Relays is one of my favorite things that happens on campus. It is one of the largest track meets in the country, and it happens in the spring for a week in April typically, and it's like our second homecoming, and we have athletes from high school students all the way to Olympians that are there. And as a Drake student, you usually go to those events for free, and our track is Drake Blue, which is amazing.
Yeah, I would have to say the first thing that crossed my mind was that the first week of school for us is like a party festival. So it's a party and a festival, but like all the clubs line up, all the churches, all the other organizations around that are involved with ORU there. So it's really easy to get plugged in. And there's a big hill that we do like the longest slip and slide. And so that's the first thing I thought of.
For us, I actually have two things. So during the fall semester, we actually have our homecoming, which means everyone has a homecoming. But I do love the fact that everyone's floats are so creative. One of our guys' clubs actually did Sesame Street, and the fact that one of the float parts was Bert and Ernie's bed. If you're that old, or I'm not aging you, but literally Bert and Ernie's beds, they created them out of, it's pumping. That's what it's called. I never grew up with that. But they pumped the actual bedspreads, and the guys were Bert and Ernie in them. So I think that's super creative. But in the spring, we actually have a variety show called Spring Sing, which literally is student ran. So if you love being on stage, you are over choreography and costumes and creating everything. If you love more behind the scenes, you're creating the stage. I will keep bragging about my nail gun because I never used one in my life and I loved it still. I didn't do anything to my hands, so we're safe. But I love the fact that you can even work things behind the scenes, whether it's cameras, whether it's sound, being a part of the band, doing the commercial blurbs in between each performance, everything, even from the decorations in the lobby, everything is student ran. So you get to be a boss with stuff. Fun.
This is so fun, Jennifer. Thanks for asking us to share traditions. So JBU has something really awesome called the toilet paper game. On our first men's home basketball game, we actually toilet paper the court after the first live point. So not like a technical foul or anything. It has to be a live basket. It's just an amazing moment when like all of a sudden everything that you see is white from toilet paper. ESPN has covered us several years in a row, and they've rated us the best technical foul in the US, which is super fun. We get a technical foul for it every year. But it's okay. The students swarm and they clean up the toilet paper. We're all, finished in 2 or 3 minutes. Charmin Ultra has also sponsored us a couple of years, and they've donated the toilet paper, and we've partnered with local like homeless shelters to donate food to them. If a student brings a can of food, they get a roll of toilet paper. And if you saw a recent ESPN commercial, the one I think this summer that was like sports bring us together in COVID, the very last shot is JBU. So super fun.
I'm glad you included how it got cleaned up, because I bet I was not the only one who was thinking like, so how does this happen during a game? So thanks for sharing that. All right, so for our attendees, any last questions, please drop them in the Q&A for us. Otherwise, we're gonna get ready to wrap up tonight. It has been wonderful to hear about all of these great schools. I hope that also the questions at the end give you a little bit about each of the campuses, culture, vibe, community, that adds a little bit more and piques your curiosity to go and check out each of these schools, contact the reps, and get more information in your college search. So first of all, thank you to all of our presenters. Thank you for your time this evening and sharing facts and fun and your passion about each of the institutions you represent. We appreciate it. JM, do you have a sign? Are you trying to hold up a sign for us? Can't quite see that there. I was gonna say, unmute. Tell me what that said.
It was just my contact information.
Oh, creativity. That's an idea for the future events. Everyone should have like a little hold up at the end. I love it. You guys are such a fun group. Thanks tonight for being awesome. And also all of your work with the students. To our attendees, thank you for spending the time with us. For anyone watching this after, we hope you really enjoyed this presentation. So we're coming to the end for the Oklahoma Virtual College Fairs. It has been a great time. So when you all close your window, there's going to be a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide us. We hope you've enjoyed all the sessions that have been available, and don't forget they have been recorded. So we hope that you'll watch this session again, as well as all of the other session recordings. They'll be available in about 1 week's time. Thank you again for spending the time with us this evening. We hope that you have a great day. Good night, everyone.